Hi everyone, welcome to today's lesson. Today I would like us to look on SQL and learn some initial SQL commands such as creating a database, creating a table, inserting records on a table, updating a table, deleting from a table, and or dropping a database or even a table. SQL is an essential tool used to communicate with a database, and it is considered as a standard language for relational database management systems. As a professional, it is important to understand SQL since it is helpful in performing tasks such as updating data on a database or even retrieving data from the database. Now let us focus on our today's task. Open your SQL Management Studio. On your SQL Management Studio, you can create a new query. So as we start with our queries, you can have your new query, create on a new query. We'll begin by creating our database. Let's now go to creating our database. We use the command create database. Then you give your database a name. Today I'd like us to create a sales database, so we call it sales. Then you can highlight, then execute. After execution, you can see a message here down that command completed successfully. This means that our database has already been created and we can view it. To view it, we can go to our databases, right click to refresh the database. And after refreshing, now you can click at it to see the databases that are available. And you can see our database has already been created. Our database sales has already been created. You may feel that this database, the name you have given it, maybe it is not the correct that you want, or you may feel you want to do away with this database. We can use to remove it from our system. We can remove the command drop database, then our database name, sales. Executed that line of command, you highlight it, then you execute, and you can see the command completed successfully. Again, we go to our database to see if it has been removed from our system. Right click and refresh. And as you can see, the database sales is no longer in the system. That's how you do drop or you remove your database from the system. Now we can create the database and give it the name that we wanted to have it in our system. We create the database. Want us to repeat this full line of command so that you understand it. Create database. Give your database the name. I would like us to call it sales DB. Sales DB. Write it and execute it. It has been completed successfully, and again we do our refreshing for it to reflect in our database, and you can see it has been created here. Now our next step will be to create our tables, but to do this you got to tell the system which database you want to use, in which database you want to create your table. To do this, you have to use the command use the database name, use sales DB. In this, you're telling your system that you want to use the sales DB, and whatever next you do will have to be effected in the database sales DB. execute this code, and then we proceed to our next step, which is creating a table. And we can write a comment. Comments are necessary in our codes for future reference, or for whoever may be using your code will be able to understand what you're doing in a particular point. Now we use the hyphen to write our comment. Now I want us to write a comment, creating a table. Creating a table. To create a table, we use the command create table. Then you give your table a name. Create table. For us, I'd like us to create a table by the name product bike. While creating your table, you have to set your table structure, that is giving listing the columns of your table, and we list them inside the parentheses. Our first column will be product name. Product ID. Let's use the product ID first. Product ID. And since our product ID may be a combination of numbers and letters, we use the valcar. This is the data type. You have to tell to read the data type. Valcar 255. We set this one to be a primary key. The primary key helps that the system to know that this is a unique identifier, and hence it avoids the duplicate. The same product ID cannot be repeated, cannot be duplicated, and therefore our product ID will be the primary key. You tell it that is the primary key. You then put a comma, go to the second column, which will be a product name. It will also still be valcar 255. This one is not a primary case, so we leave it at that point. We go comma, then our third column, which will be product category, which is valcar 255, comma, we go to the other, which will be product color valcar 255, and the last maybe we may have in our list be product price, which is money. In SQL we use type money for currency. This one, money, and then ensure to close the parentheses. And now we can execute our code. We can highlight and execute this one. We can see the command has completed successfully. And to see maybe the structure of our table that we have just created, we can use the query command, which is select. We can use this query, select all. We use this sign to signal all for all. Select all from our table name, our product bike table. Then execute this one, execute this code. Now, down here you can see at the result point, you can see our table structure. We have the column product ID, product name, product category, product color, and product price. Having set your table structure, it is time now to insert records in your table. And to do this, we use the command insert into, then your table name. Our table name is product bike. Open the parentheses. And inside the parentheses here, we input our product columns, just as we have listed them there. Our first product column is product ID, comma, product name. They should be in that order. Ensure to list them in that order. Product name, product category, product color, product, and then product price. Close the parentheses. Then use values to insert the values for these columns. Values, open the parentheses. And since now what we have to put here is the first item will be our product ID, the other one will be product name, product category, product color, product price, in that order. And remember, our product ID is in vocal, so we have to use the quote. And then we have our product ID. Our product ID here will start with the product ID 2019 B, that depends with your products. Product 2019 B, that's our product ID, comma, then the product name is still have the quote, the product name, which is road 150, that is our product name, comma, then the product category, in this case it is a bike, comma, our product color, we may have it as a red, comma, then our product price, this one is money, it's currency, so we don't need to put a quote, so we just list the amount. We may have it as a $1,200. Then we close our parentheses. Remember to put a comma. Maybe go to the next item that you want to input. Go to the next item. Ensure it aligns at this point. It aligns. Align it. Then we have our second item. Our product ID is 2019 D, comma, the product name, which will have mountain 200, that's our product name, comma, our product category is bike, comma, product color, we may have it as a yellow, comma, then our price, we may have it as 11 or $1,300. Don't forget to have a comma at the end after you close the parentheses to go to the next if you have to input another product. So our next product will be product ID 2019 C, sorry, for this one, let's have it as a capital. It's not a must, but I prefer it that way. C for consistency. C, 2019 C, comma, the product name. We may have mountain 180. Category, it is bike. Color, it's blue. And then the price is 1150. Close your parentheses. Remember the comma. Go to the next item. We may have our product as ID as 2019 A, comma, the product name B, road 750. Our category, product category is bike. Color is green. And then the price, we have it as, we may have it as $1,400. So we can have this for now as the records for our table. After you're done with this one, you know, we execute your code, execute the code to see the effect. 4 rows affected. It tells us down here that 4 rows have been affected, which means the 4 products that we have inserted in our table have already been created. So for us to view this, we use our command, which is select. We can use our command select all from product ID. Can you have it here? We can rewrite it here, but still we can run it from here. Execute. Wow, you can see that now our table is already created with the details. We have the product name ID, the items in the product name, the names, the category, the color, and the price. Our table now, we can see it is already created. You maybe the price may have changed of a certain product, and you may want to update your table. And to do this, now I'd like us to look at the updating code. Let's have our comment. Updating table. To update a table, we use the code update, or command update our table name, update product. We have our table name, update table, which is our table. Set which product you want to affect. For instance, if the price is the one which has changed, and maybe we may say the product 2019 price has changed, and so we want to update it. So set price, product price equals, maybe it has dropped, equals to 1350. Where now this one you're giving the specification, where is the price being changed, under which product. And it's good we use our primary key. Remember, we used our product ID as the primary key, so that to be specific. So let us use our product ID, where product ID where product ID equals 2019 A. 2019 A. And remember, this one has to be in quote. Remember, this one has to be in quote. And now you can execute your code. Execute this line. One row has been affected. One row has been affected, and we can now still view our table again to see the changes. And as you can see, our product ID 2019A price has been updated to 1350. So that is how you update your record. You may want to update the product name. If you want to change the product name, you may want to change the product category. You use the same line of code. So the only thing that you have, whatever you want to change here, you set it to the whatever you want, where, and specify where you want to do this to effect those changes. You may also want to remove a certain product from your product table. And to do this, we use the delete command. Let's write our comment, deleting from the table. And you have your code as delete from your table name, product ID, delete from product bike, where we use we use the product ID, where product ID equals which product do you want to delete. So for instance, maybe we want to delete the Mountain 200. We have to know which is its product ID, and therefore our product ID in this case is 2019D, where product ID equals 2019D, and now we execute our code. Wow, as you can see, it has been affected. One row has been affected. Again, we can go to our select command and see the effects on our table. Select, execute. You can see now the product ID 2019D is no longer in our table. It has been deleted. That's all for today. Hope you have enjoyed. We'll delve more into SQL commands or queries in our next lesson. Thank you so much for learning with us. Kindly ensure to subscribe, like, and give a comment. Meet you in our next lesson.